Okay, so we are hopefully live on this whole thing, and what you're seeing is your new desktop to your computer being recorded on your computer. Now, this program right here is called Camtasia 3 down here at the bottom, and this is the one I'm using to record this. So you can use it for your voice, and then you can take and edit in that just like you could with iMovie or with Final Cut Pro. And then you have Final Cut Pro right here, which is the bigger version of the iMovie. And then this video scribe is for animated videos, like what they call whiteboard, where you kind of do a hand moving a pen and all kinds of cool things. And a lot of these other things, you already know what they are. You've got photos and iTunes and photo booth, Skype, notes is just so you can write yourself some notes. This one here is the one I was telling you about. You open this one, and it's called Wondershare, all my tube. And so you just take a YouTube video, say that you opened up YouTube video here, and you wanted to copy it and put it on your hard drive. So like if you go to MacMail, MrMacMail.com or Mr. MacMail on the YouTube channel, okay, and then you want to take one of your videos that's here. You just click it, or you could just right click on it, left click on it, and say copy video URL, or you can just copy this URL right up here. Just copy it, go into this program right here. Now currently it's not on your computer. You put paste URL. Now what it's going to do here, as you can see, it's going to download this onto your computer into this program. So all your downloaded videos will be here. I've only downloaded one of yours. This one's downloading now. And you can see how long it'll take, how big it is. It's about 2 more minutes and it'll download this whole video to your hard drive so you have a saved copy of it. So say you're online and you're watching a video of somebody else's and you want to keep it so you don't lose it. You just copy, paste the URL in here, boom, and it'll be right here in your download list. So as soon as this is done, you will see there will be 2 here. All right, so that's that program there. This one's Bitcoin. We'll tell you about that later. Microsoft Excel and Word, in case somebody sends you something, your calendar, your contacts, and 1Password. 1Password is, you can use it for contacts. You can use it for saving all your passwords. And then you have Chrome, Firefox, Mail, your mail program, which is yours. This is your email for McHaleC at unseen.is. Now, all your saved emails are in here, so every time you get an email from YouTube, like this guy that says, hey, you know, that's great score, you've already seen that online, but you also get an email here. So I just put those right into your saved folder. And then invoices, things that you bought. This is a program that we bought called 1Password, and it's right here. And so I paid $65 to put that on here. So we'll show you how to use that in another video. And then you got Finder and your preferences. So those are your main ones. Just like your other Mac, you can come in here and look under applications. You have a lot of different applications here that you probably won't use. But I left them in there in case we do use them, and I need to show you how to use them. So I wouldn't delete any of these because you may learn them later, and I'll show you how to use them. But there's a lot of other programs in here that I didn't put on there. But this is kind of get you started. Now, if we go back to Firefox here, you can see when you get a new tab, you've got your YouTube here, money sites. This is your site, so you click here and it'll take you right to your site. This is MrMacMail.com. You can see here and here, and then we'll change this from something for you. We'll change that to MrMacMail.com. This is your website. It's not done, obviously, but we're going to hook this up. This will come to you, where they'll sign up for your newsletter. You can put your videos on here, and that'll all be something I'll show you how to do later. All right, so that's that. Get out of here, and then some of the other things. I'll put some things in here, like if you want to know how much gold is today, something I'm going to show you in the future. This is just, you click on it and it tells you this is how much 1 ounce of gold is. How about 1 ounce of silver? Okay, 1 ounce of silver today, and you click on that. So that's all under this money tab here. And then, so $15 for 1 ounce of silver today. And then these are the cryptocurrencies, which is something like this one. Bitcoin is the number one. Bitcoin is $3,878 today. So it was 20,000 at one time, and it was $1 at one time. So you can see, you buy those and you can make money. All right, and back to YouTube, I guess, if you wanted to. Now we can set this up right here, where this one will go to Mr. MacMail, right to yours. So instead of having MIKA, Mr. MKAEL, oh, where'd it go? Okay, so anyway, there it is. So I'm going to make this YouTube button here. Instead of going right to YouTube, it'll come right to your YouTube. So the way you do that, you copy, paste, you go into bookmarks, and you can say show all my bookmarks, and then you can find the one that's got YouTube there and just change this to yours. Now every time we go here, click on that, it'll take us. So we'll try it now. New tab, click YouTube, it'll take us right to your YouTube. That's MrMacMail.com YouTube. And then you can just sign in. And when you sign in here, you click sign in. And then instead of having to remember your password, because you have this program called 1Password, you just come up here and click this little button. Your first time during the day, you have to log in. Okay, so you log into your 1Password program. And then once you logged in, all you do is, if I can get logged into yours. Okay, so now say you're already logged in. So now you know Mr. MacMail, this is where you want to be. YouTube, you just click there and click it, and it'll log you in automatically. So you don't have to type it in. Okay, and then so then you're logged in there. All right, so that's how that works. And I'm going to log you out. Just to be sure. Okay, and then that's it. So you got your website here, your YouTube here, and then whatever else you want here. And these are your tabs. And that's the first video for your new, now when you want to turn this Camtasia off, because we've been taping the whole time, just come up here to this little red tab here. This is showing that it's running, and say stop recording. Okay, so now we are in your mail program, and I wanted to show you a few things here. Your inbox, because you only have one email, will all be in here. And then your sent box, any email you've sent, junk box, trash. So in the case of the trash, of course, you can just delete it. You probably know about that. But what I want to show you is a couple other features that you may not know of. These are folders under on my Mac, means it's on your hard drive in Finder. It's not actually on the server, your mail server, where your email is. So these are more saved if you put them down here under on my Mac. So if something happens to your email and it gets turned off, you'll still have all these that are on my Mac. So how do you do that? On my Mac, you can go up here to Mailbox, and you say create a new mailbox. And then you tell it, instead of on the unseen server, you say create it on my Mac. And so I'll just do a test folder. It's called test, and click it. And then you see it shows up under on my Mac down here. Okay, so there's your test folder. So you can put things in it from your email. So if there's some kind of email like right here, you could drag this over to there, or you could right click on that email and say move to wherever you want to move it to. Move to saved, or any of these boxes that you have. All right, so that's pretty easy. Now, and then if you want underneath, like YouTube, you maybe have more than one type of YouTube video. So you have people that have sent you comments versus people who have subscribed. Now, only a couple of your subscribed have come through because I started this later. I know you have 21 or 22. These are two, probably the last two. Anyway, so what happens is he comments here. are people that make comments on your YouTube. And currently I have them all saved in the YouTube comments. So what I wanted to do is just show you, if something comes into your inbox, you can just highlight the email like this, and then go up to mail. And this is if you want to make it go automatically into one of these folders down here. So you go to preferences and then go to rules. Now rules are like filters. So you click rules and you can see YouTube subscribe. So I've already got one set up. So anything, any kind of subscriber from YouTube will automatically go into this folder over here. So now we're going to create one for comments. Okay, so we've already clicked on one that's comments, and it says right under there, new comments. Okay, so I'm going to add a rule, and I'm going to call it new, or YouTube, we'll call it YouTube comments. That's the name of the rule. And I say anything that has a subject line that contains at least the words new comment on, and then we can erase the rest of this because we don't want it to just be for one particular video. So we want it to say new comments on, if that's what it starts with, and it could say starts with, we can tell it to start with new comment on. Now we can either say if the message subject line contains new comment on, or if the subject line begins with new comment on. And we'll do new, okay. And then we're going to say, what do we want to do with that if it does that? Move the message to comments, YouTube comments, okay? We click it, and then when we say okay, it says, do you want to apply that change? And if I say yes, it's going to take all these and move them into this folder that I just told it to. So I'm going to do it. Watch. Apply, and then it should take all the new comments and it moved them in there. Now we'll check it. Now there's some left, and then we'll find out why. But we'll go to new comments, and then you can see all the ones here say new comment, new comment, new comment. So anytime an email comes in your inbox that starts with new comment, it's going to move it to here automatically. So it's already filtered into your spot. If one comes in that says subscribe, well, let's see what our filter says. If we go here and YouTube subscribe and edit, and it says if the subject line contains, anywhere in there has subscribed, it'll go to your YouTube subscribe. Now later, you might have more subscriptions, and so you'll have to change this a little bit. But you don't want it to say, if it comes from YouTube, it goes here, because they'll all go in the same one. Now let's go back to your YouTube folder, and you say YouTube creators, reply, new reply, style, and then MacMail. So these are 4 that did not hit the filters. So they're left right in your YouTube folder as like a general folder. So that's how that works. And then, so you can make new folders. You can even close this one up because it's got a triangle. But I usually just leave it open. That way you can just go look at your comments, look at your subscribers, anything that you have saved that's important, like came into here and you want to save it, like this is TradingView. Important. These are Apple, Apple sent you something. Invoices. These are things that you paid for. Like I paid for this program down here called 1Password for $65 or $64.99 and put it on your computer. So this 1Password then is an invoice, something you want to keep. So you always keep that under invoices, and then that's it. And then later you can put, do a whole new set of these for each year, but you can just leave it like this for a long time. And then like if you have junk boxes sent and trash, of course you can empty those. And this just, all this does is saves it more to get backed up. And then also if it keeps your mail working really fast. So if you get 1,000 emails in here in your inbox, rather than putting them down here, so you already have 40 messages in your comments. So you don't want all those left in your inbox. You keep your inbox kind of clean. It's just easier. So that's a little bit about that. Now you also have under preferences, under mail, you have signatures, like you can say for everybody, I'm going to put this in for you now, but you can add a signature, and that means at the end of all your emails, it'll say, thank you, Mr. McHale, .com. Okay, so we can put thank you, and then Mr. McHale, Mr. McHale, and Mr. McHale at unseen.com. So this will show up now in every email that you make. Now you can turn this off if you want, but right now I'm going to leave that on to show you what that is. And then this one, you just rename it, whatever you want it to be, and then we'll just call it Mr. McHale. So Mr. McHale, and that's how we know what that signature is. Now you only have one signature currently, it's Mr. McHale, but if you had another one, you have a whole bunch here that you can pick which one you want. Now, composing email, these are things we can go through, viewing, colors, I've already gone through most of these for you. And so now when we close this, you'll see, if you start a new email and send it to me, it's already going to have this as your signature. So you don't have to write this every time. Now you can just write to Dad and then put in something, hi Dad, or hi, how are you? And then you can write whatever you want. What's going on today? Okay. And then one space, and it already says thank you, and you can take that line out unless you're replying, well, how are you today? And the question mark if you wanted to do it that way. Thank you, Mr. McHale, Mr. McHale. And then so it already sends out, and then when you send it, of course, that's the way I get it with all this on it. But you don't have to write thank you each time. It just saves you a lot of time. And then this is a good way for people to know, who is this guy writing to me if they didn't recognize your email. Okay, so I'll send this, and then of course it'll be here in your sent box because you just sent it. So once it goes sending out, you'll see it show up. See, right now it's in the out box, and once it sends, then it'll show up over here in the sent box. So there it is. Now it's sent. If you click on it, you can see what you sent me. Of course, you probably knew all this, but then if I reply to it, like a reply like this, it's going to have all your stuff in it too. All your hey, thank you and all that. All right, so if I reply to you from my computer. All right, so that's that. We'll talk to you in another video.